Tjoni, and we're doing some poi today. So the second move we're going to do is called a butterfly. Now the forward and backward spins we did, you'll hear me use the word plane a lot when we're learning how to spin things. So it's always handy when we're learning to use any of the flow toys to think of planes. So sometimes we're on the side plane, as if you're in a corridor, and sometimes we're working on the front and back plane, as if you're standing right next to a wall or a brightly coloured curtain. So our forward and back spins, they're on our side plane. Now we're going to go into a butterfly, which is on a front and back plane. So one way to get into butterfly is to start from a forward spin. And we're going to gradually allow the front of the poi to come in front of us. So now we're on the front plane. So if I turn from the side, you see it's nice and flat. At least I hope it's nice and flat if I'm doing my job well. Okay? Now, the butterfly can be a little bit tricky. So the one hand, your dominant hand, so my dominant hand when I'm doing butterfly is my right hand, which looks to you like my left hand. And so that's going to go slightly over the left hand. I'm just going to come towards the camera, and hopefully that will be a little bit clearer. So if I stand from the side, you'll see my right hand is just a little bit in front of the left hand. And also the timing it's almost exactly the same, but not quite. So it'll go left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. So it's just the tiniest little bit of a split in timing, but it will just help to make sure that those butterfly poi don't collide. So another way that you can start to get into it is to do a circle on each side. Some people will find this easier, some people will find it more difficult, so just have a play. There's no right or wrong, it's just what's the easiest way for you to get into it. So you can start from here, so they're already in the same plane, and just making sure that one is the tiniest bit above and in front of the other. You can bring them together in front. You might want to actually wrap your poi up even smaller, little bubbers, to get into it. And then you can start to unwind when you get a little bit more confident. So before I was talking about backwards and forwards. So backwards and forwards for me, if you bring your arms out and the poi are going down in front of you, that's forwards. Okay, so we're doing a forwards butterfly now. So if you like, just have a little bit of a play with bringing your hands out and in, and with wrapping those poi up to different lengths, and just find which way it works well for you. Now, the timing of this is up and down, it's together. So you can actually, eventually, even hold hands. But don't try this until you've got your butterfly nice and smooth. Now, one thing that we can start to do is we can start to stagger the time, okay? Which means one poi will be going up while the other poi is going down. And you might actually find it's even easier than a butterfly at the same time. You can think of it like window washers. If you've seen The Karate Kid, you know how they were doing, I think they were doing the window washing move on a car or something like that. And it's the same thing. So if you imagine your poi are coming one at a time, And it's called the crocodile. And if you look at each side, you might see why it's called a crocodile. Like a cool little snappy move on each side. And if you're really tricky, you can do one hand. But that's just showing off. So maybe I won't put that in. Or maybe I will as an outtake. So, back to crocodile. You might actually find that it's easier to get into the movement from a crocodile, and then you can slam the timing into the same time. So, that's the forwards butterfly. Well done.